today I am no longer with the Madness Comic Network. So there you go. But I will go ahead and put you with Grant. Grant is running a Kickstarter called Beowulf. We're doing a draw stream. So let me go put his Kickstarter over here. He's got 19 days to go and he's just about funded. He's like at $2,250 right there. I'm going to go
Right.
shut off your draw stream real quick so that we can easily do this real quick and showcase your stuff. So let's see here. So what's Beowulf about, man? Give me a short.
So Beowulf is about the guy you learned in your high school English class, reincarnated in modern times, and his sidekicks are a cat with magic powers and a sassy teenage girl. Basically, the cat has a vision that a dragon has returned, and so it's his idea to go and seek out the greatest warrior from his time, who was, of course, Beowulf. Unfortunately, something has kind of gotten lost in translation, and Beowulf has been reincarnated as a 30-something slacker. So a lot of the story involves Mooney, this cat with magic powers, who is the cat on my T-shirt, trying to get Beowulf ready to go up against this dragon. And this is issue 6. This is the big finale. So this is where everything kind of comes to a head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. So this is where everybody comes to a head, huh?
Exactly.
So.
Hello, Eamon.
All right. Well, let's go play the video. Let's see how this works on this thing real quick.
Hazel always knew there was something special about her cat Blue, but she's still shocked when Gritty opens his mouth to tell her he's just had a vision. An ancient evil has awoken after centuries of sleep, and only one man can stop it, the legendary warrior, Beowulf. Unfortunately, it's been over 1,000 years since he's slain a dragon, and he's been reincarnated as this guy. His name is Victor, and he's more unemployed millennial slacker than mighty warrior.
So it's at 85%, guys. Please give him a chance on that and go ahead and get him to do that. Go ahead and do that. So let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably will end up funding, but I mean, what I always tell people is, the minimum is really what I do just to break even. And obviously, I don't want to break. I mean, I do want to break even, but I would rather make a little bit of money.
Well, of course, like we always want a little bit of extra padding just because of oh shit moments and everything. Hey, E-Man, how's it going? Oh, Beowulf. Yeah, here it is right there. And also, my Kickstarter is ending in about a day or so. It's like tomorrow, by the way. So we can do that.
Yeah, and you did. I mean, you did a great job promoting your Kickstarter. So you should be very proud of that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Like it's been kind of a grind. I mean, I think with all the Kickstarters right now, that is ridiculously kind of crazy and all that other stuff. So, I mean, it's cool. Like I'm very happy with how it's been progressing so far. So let me go here.
Yeah, I've heard from other creators that they feel like it's been a little bit harder funding this time than other times.
Yeah. So here you go. So this is Beowulf. So what's this cover? This is an impressive cover. And what's changed since we last saw it? Because, we kind of saw it when it first started and all that stuff. So have you added anything more to
it? This is a cover by Fabio Samoa. And this is there is one new thing on the Kickstarter. Or not really so much a new thing, but I did do an incentive. If we get funded by this week, at least by Monday, I am going to throw in an extra trading card. A trading card with Mooney on it, because Mooney's everybody's favorite character.
Yeah.
Who's the cat, of course.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Let's see also here what's going on right now. Beowulf right there. That's another alternative cover. Which other cover is that?
I think that's the alternate cover B.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's little photos on next to the different tiers. Like if you want this one, and then
And
this
there's
is
other
the
one.
standard cover.
Yeah. And now, like, the thing is, one of the prominent things that you guys have is the trading card. That's like kind of one of the newer ones, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have it here lower on? I mean, the art is good. You guys should go and pour through the art, please.
You know what? It's actually in the update, so I'm not sure if it's going to show up on the actual
Okay.
page.
Well, this is where the artwork's taken from right here.
Exactly.
So that's the trading card right there.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, I'm a '90s kid, so I love trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you grew up with like the Marvel and the DC trading cards as a kid.
Yeah, I kind of remember them, like the Fleer ones and all that stuff. They were big in Fleer because I remember working in the comic store.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so obsessed with, like especially the Marvel trading cards, and especially the X-Men trading cards that where every trading card had original art by Jim Lee, which as a kid was just, you know, take my money, please.
Mm-hmm. Right. So there you go. So that's actually from a cat of yours that used to be there.
Yeah, Mooney is based on my real life cat Mooney, who passed away about 3 or 4 months ago.
That's sad.
Yeah, he really was the sweetest cat, but he also was over 20 years old. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
We were lucky to have him for as long as we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was he still pretty good up until the end? I mean, because I know, like, past a certain point.
He was really good up until about a week before he passed. That was when he started to have health problems, and and that's when we made the decision that it was better to end things before. Sorry, I didn't mean to be such a downer.
No. I mean, because the thing is that people go like, "Oh, your cat," So there you go, right?
Yeah.
And then this is Beowulf. So how come he's part dragon? Because like in the original Viking tale, it did involve a dragon, but not dragons.
So the idea is that he swallows some of the dragon's blood, and that gives him the powers of the dragon, which is not in the Beowulf legend, but it was from a similar legend called Siegfried or Sigmund, which a lot of people think that those two stories kind of sprouted from the same source.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm playing kind of fast and loose with the legend.
Well, hey, let's take a look at this other here, right here. So what are people saying about issues? Like, so you're doing 1 through 5. So is these individual floppies or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are individual floppies. You can get issues 1 through 5, as well as issue 6.
Nice. So this is up to issue 6 then. So this is reprinting the floppies plus a new floppy, basically.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the catch-up tier, or you can just you can do issue 6 and then do some like add-ons, so that it's you can get whatever you're missing, basically.
Oh, there's Donna right here. A wonderful modern tribute to an age-old mythos, a must-read.
Yep. Yeah, her and Carl are probably the two biggest Beowulf fans on the planet.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
But let's see here. And the comic is 100% done. I won't mail it because you want to avoid holiday mailing. That's good that I remember you talking about that. I'm glad you put that in big caps, because I've heard of I personally not had an issue, but I think I have a very efficient mail system by my house, but I know that's not equally across the country. Right. But there you go.
Well, I mean, what we were talking about is, it's probably with, I mean, the amount of time it takes Kickstarter to get you your money, and then by the time the printer has everything printed out, it's probably going to be January anyways. So
let's see here. Yeah, I had some of the cards back in the day. I was hooked on Marvel ones, and there was a series of music artists that I was stuck on too.
yeah, I loved the Marvel trading cards. I wonder how well they would sell if they tried that again sometime.
Mm.
I don't know. It's weird because feel like they have to do something.
No.
What do you mean?
Well, I think they would have to do something like make it an experience, but then it's like Magic cards are pretty big still too, and Pokemon. So what I mean is like they would have to do something. They couldn't be just trading cards. But then I hear sketch cards are kind of big too. So I think if you kind of have a thing where you make them into a thing like a set or something.
Right. Can you hear my cat meowing in the background?
Which one?
That one's Stitch.
Stitch?
Yeah, I didn't name Stitch. My stepdaughter did, and she named him after the
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch, yeah. Exactly.
Right. So let's see here. Let's take a look. Let's see here. So there we go on that. So any new rewards other than the one that you've described right there?
Right.
So that's really cool. Awesome. So guys, go ahead. You have how many days left? I think it's like 19 days. So you got a decent amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 days to go. So yeah, guys, funnel that in right there.
Like I said, we're trying to get funded this week, which would be nice because then we could start talking about stretch goals. Yeah, I don't know. So right now, so like I said, the minimum is 2,500, but most of my Kickstarters have done like around 3,500 to 4,000. So I was hoping that this one would get around that area.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely.
We still have time, right?
Yeah, we should have time. Like it's 19. I just have till tomorrow, but I've been fully funded, so I'm happy about that. And I have a little bit extra, so I did the what is it? The what is it? I'm 72, right? 72.64.
I noticed that you're very modest about how well your Kickstarter went. Like whenever when you were on my drawing stream, I was trying to compliment you and be like, "Oh man, your Kickstarter's done so well," and you were like, "Yeah, it's gone okay." Is that normal for you?
It's kind of weird because I'm kind of bad about that. It's like sometimes I've had to sit back and take stock. Like if you see me multitasking in the background, I am listening. But hey, Dawn, how's it going? But for me, I think it's like I just get so busy in my shit
Oh, hey, Don.
that I
What's up,
don't
Don?
I don't go and sit down and jerk off to my own accomplishments. I guess that's the best way to say. I mean, I'm not saying that, there's a way of doing it where you're proud of yourself, and I don't think that's bad. But I'm kind of at one of those people that like I get so wrapped up in the shit that I do that I kind of just want to go and do what I do,
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and turn this on so we can all watch ourselves draw too. But yeah, I'm kind of at this point now where it's sort of like I don't know if it's just modesty or there we go, so we can see each other draw. If it's modesty or if it's just that I just get so caught up, and I've actually had to learn not to do that anymore. Just because if I do that, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Because I should probably put the chat early on here. If I do that, it's kind of like I don't know. It's like I'm too busy or too focused on doing work. That's probably why I'm able to do what I'm able to do.
Yeah,
I don't know the healthiest way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Talking about Kickstarter success can be kind of a tricky subject because, I mean, first of all, I mean, what you don't want to get caught up doing is looking at other people's Kickstarters and being like, oh, why is that Kickstarter making more money than mine, right?
Yeah.
And there's always going to be somebody who's making more money than you.
Yeah.
But I mean, and the other thing is, I mean, I've gotten into trouble in the past because for saying stuff like, I really wish I could get my Kickstarters to the next level, and people who are making less money than me look at that and get angry about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, what's wrong with making $3,000 to $4,000? My Kickstarter only made $2,000. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It can be a tricky thing to talk about, right?
I think also sometimes people get stuck in the mindset of not growing it. Like, oh, it's like 2,000. I don't need to do anymore and all that. But it's like, your cost, if you want to increase your business, you've got to increase your costs. And sometimes like doing that is buying old shit that you need to buy using that money,
Right.
or having oh shit money, or having like if you have profit, keep it. Everybody bitches about how poor they are. It's like, and keep it. It's money you rightfully earned. It's not that you didn't use the majority of it for, or all of it for whatever you said it was. It's not like you went and blew the whole like X amount of money that you did on like gold bars and shit where you actually bought it on the thing. I mean, unfortunately, there are people that do not fulfill the Kickstarter at all.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm just like sort of laughing about it because it's like, well, there's that. So it's like, I'm not really actually upset about that, to be honest. It's like, you worked hard for it. Just as long as you use the money that you say you're going to use it for and then some, and that's fine. Like go take yourself out to a nice pizza place or something. Or certain folks want that freaking, I know you do, Don. I know you do.
Freaking money card. Mooney card. Mooney or money?
Mooney.
It's Mooney, right?
Yeah, Mooney.
Mooney.
Yeah. Mooney was the name of my cat that we were talking about who passed away. And I did not name him Mooney either. I don't know where that name came from. The only thing I can think of is he had like a little gray mark on his forehead that was kind of moon shaped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like a feline version of Moon Knight.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Moon Knight has some sort of moon crescent shaped logo on his forehead.
I mean, that's the only thing he has in common with Moon Knight, but yeah. That's easier for you to remember it. Just to think of Moon Knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could understand that too. Yeah, I think Mooney is just one of those names that just kind of come up. Like, oh yeah, it's Mooney.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I just think Mooney doesn't really have any particular name or meaning. It's just Mooney.
You might be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, his previous owner named him, so I don't know where the name came from, but
right.
Cute name, and we figured he was an older cat, so he probably was used to that name, so try to rename him.
That beep. It's Egg Lady.
Oh, Chuck is also like saying stuff too. This is sweet. I don't know why it's not showing up in here, but he's saying like, one of the best shows on the net, still kicking ass. Keep it up, guys. She's just a humble person jerking off to my own accomplishments. Is sometimes the only way I can finish. You saw something like money lately, I almost forgot existed. What's Mooney? Oh, aw. So that's cute.
Yeah, I can't see those messages. That's nice though.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of laughing about it because like with Egg Lady, basically the beeping is like she's so nasty and huge that it's just like, it's like beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
beep,
she backs up.
Yeah, she backs up because she's got a big ass. Now, if anybody thinks that I'm like doing, it's like if anybody thinks that I'm going out of my way to fat shame people, no, it's just it's based off a person that was a real piece of shit that basically lies about like going on biathlons and triathlons, and it's like, why are you then like 300 pounds of flab? You see what I mean? Like, because I had a friend who
That's
did something
true.
similar to his sister, and she did over like 100 miles riding bikes, and she was skinny as a wire. Like, you're gonna burn at such a calorie deficit, you know, you're gonna be somewhat
Right.
like not fucked up or something. You know what I mean? It's just as I said, it was like kind of funny because it was like, as I said, I don't try to go out of my way to like fat shame people because I mean I've been fat shamed too when it wasn't my fault. Like I think we've touched upon it. Like I've had a pancreatic tumor, so that caused me to balloon up 50 pounds. So I
Oh,
totally understand like people getting fat shamed, and not only that, it's like sometimes it's not an issue of weight. Like you just eat. I mean, there's some people that eat like pigs, and yeah, they gain a lot of weight because of it. But there's also a lot of people like they have inflammation or inflammatory diseases or whatever the hell, and it's really not good, you know. And I, whenever if anybody like says something to this degree, like I eat just salads all day, but I don't understand how come I'm so heavy. It's like, go to a fucking doctor, you know.
yeah.
That's actually not normal. And eat, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's that way you need to be skinny and stuff. It's like, no, you just need to be healthy, you know.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't healthy because of the tumor, so there you go.
I
So
hear you. I
yeah,
mean,
so
I definitely could use losing a few pounds, but
yeah.
I'm also not enormous. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's losing weight can be hard, right?
It can be. I mean, for me, when I had the tumor, I would eat a piece of pizza and gain 5 pounds. It was like, that's not normal, you know, like a piece of pizza. And then I'd walk everywhere, but for some reason I couldn't like do anything. So I
How
think
did
that,
you? I'm
hmm?
sorry. I was going to ask how you lost the weight, or did it kind of come off once you got the tumor removed?
When I got the tumor removed, it actually got normal. So like when the tumor got removed, I was happy about it and everything. But let's see, I remember Money saying, I'm spending too much of it. My friend's having a baby shower and I'm buying them some stuff. That seems to be part of the course. I think it's like also with people that run good campaigns, they're having a little bit of extra difficulty because even though they have the fan base, just there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. You think that's what it is? You think it's just that there's too much stuff on Kickstarter?
I don't think it's really an oversaturation. I mean, if you're having an issue of one niche, right? Then I would believe that, yeah, I would believe that maybe you're oversaturated for that market. But I think generally, I think it's just kind of thin for everybody because some people complain that, oh, well, you have this, oh, you have that, or something like that. Like, oh, it's this and that, the other thing, but it's really not, you know.
Thought it was a beep.
Or it's like, but you know, like I think it's more of because if people have been complaining, it's big corporations sucking up all the money. It's, you know, big like titty or porn stuff sucking up the money. I remember like that Aya one that was circulating around. I'm not shitting on the Aya one, but I remember like you were commenting on like why were you, Grant, that you were saying something about it. It's like, this is porn. It's like, it's always been there on Kickstarter. I don't think it's taking away from anybody. I just think that the market is just harder because the economy has just been weirder.
Are you talking about the one comic book where it the cover it looked very I mean, to me
It
the
was
cover
porn. It was porn. It was porn. Yeah,
the
you're right. It
cover
was.
to me looked like the guy literally traced over a still image from a porn movie,
Mm-hmm.
and um
Probably, I don't know.
and and then he just added like the clothes of his character. um
I
yeah
don't even know how you
um
get.
and
Greg Land?
I'm sorry.
Was it Greg Land who did that? Nah, no, no, no. I don't think so. No.
Gregland has done that as well, but this was a different artist. But yeah, I know that I think I know the the project that you're talking about, and yeah, it did seem like it was kind of porn, and I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a great comic book.
Well, it's definitely erotica. I mean, I looked inside. I mean, from what it could infer, yeah, it's erotica. It's porn. I mean, but they sell a lot of that stuff on Kickstarter. Like they sell big titty ones and stuff. It's like if Brian Polito sold like big titty things of like posters and shit. There you go. But yeah. Oh, Rayla says, "Oh my, I had no idea. I'm glad you're okay. Lunch hour West Coast is wild, right?" It's actually not at 12:30, but it's at 12 to 2, so it was okay. Reheated. Let's see here. I'm also, what other Detritus can I do that's like beaten up and like trashed and stuff? Because like I've had to deal with some people. Like I like this when people like trash everything. Hey, Prismatics, how are you? You want to jump on? Prismatics jumped on.
Hey,
Let's see here. How do I add a guest? I'm using a new system. Let's see. Prismatics, I think you should have that on your Twitter too. But yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It's just like, do you guys think, oh, here he is. Hey, Prismatics, how are you? Let's put Grant in the middle.
How's it
Hold on,
going?
it might take him a moment. He's in Norway. We always tease him because like he's always disdainful.
Disdainful. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Well, he has like a black Maine Coon cat called Felix, and he just says everything annoys me. But I don't know. I think he might be away or something. But because I'm getting used to the system right here. But yeah.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're here? Oh, okay. I didn't hear you, dude. How are you?
No, I
time
just-
is it in-
hey,
I just
Prismatics.
needed to chase Felix out of the room.
Oh, why did you have to chase him?
Well, I don't want him to bother me when I'm doing this. I mean, he's like myself. I mean, he takes after his own. He's going to do something that will annoy me. Going to step on the keyboard, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So hey,
Right.
Did you
that's
have a
his
man
personality.
king?
Yep.
Is it one of those big cats?
Well, he's large. He's not gigantic. Did I pronounce that correctly? Well, he's not extremely
Giant.
huge. Yeah, he's not extremely huge, but he's big enough. I mean, but then again, he's a lot of fluff, I guess, a lot of hair. So when I
Yeah.
actually have to shower him, he kind of shrinks down a bit.
I think all cats are a lot of fluff.
Oh no, there's Jason. Oh god.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna go pop your guys' Kickstarters up real quick. So this is Grant, guys. So here you go. The cat is as gay as you. What the fuck?
Oh well.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, on Facebook. I can't somehow read your comments or something. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very annoying. I might have to upgrade and all that. Oop. So let's see here. And then this is mine. It's ending tomorrow.
Are they supposed to be showing up on screen? I don't know.
Oh,
Well,
thank you,
at least
Jason.
the chat, I think. Oh, whoops. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know I love you. Right there.
Yeah, he's my friend. He's also Norwegian.
Oh,
So-
yeah? Let me go and try to see if I can do this on Facebook, too. Pardon me while I do this.
By the way, I love the Halloween background.
Yeah, I got it as a stock thing. I mean, I kind of like Restream right here sometimes better than StreamYard and everything. So there you go. So let me go
Yeah.
ahead and...
It took me a while to understand that you invited me on the restream. So it wasn't. It's not really difficult, but it's I'm not used to it. So
Yeah, I mean, I've
Had to
never
change.
used this before, but it's relatively intuitive,
Hmm.
don't you think?
It's actually
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
intuitive, I think. I think I would agree.
Are you thinking of switching over to restream?
Hmm. I thought about it, and also some stuff happened, so I have to go by Restream right now. Oh, Nandor's on there too. Everybody's been liking this stuff. I'm getting some really good traction here. Let me just see here if I can. I just also am looking at this, and it's like this. I'm looking at different people's right here. So this is mine, guys, on Facebook. I don't know why it's like this, but anyway, I'll put Grant's on here as well. So please check it out.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So
Yes,
yeah.
check out my Kickstarter. I'm hoping to get it funded this week so that I can throw in the extra trading card.
Yeah. I mean, StreamYard's pretty easy, but yeah, I can hear you on that. Jason.
Please don't bring up Pops. We don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want to piss off Christie again.
Yeah, it's been some stuff happened about that. I don't want to go into it about it, but it seems like I'm not the only person that has an issue with it. So that's why I don't want to be like all causing problems like that. But yeah. So yeah. So anyway, so what are you planning to do today, Grant?
Well, I bought some steaks. So it's actually like 70 degrees in Pittsburgh, which is unseasonably warm for Pittsburgh for this time of year. So I'm going to grill some steaks on our back porch. As you know, I left work early today because when you asked me if I wanted to be on your stream, I didn't realize it was like in the middle of the day. I was just like, and I saw you posted that thing, and I was like, oh my god. Well, first of all, you posted like, oh, it's at noon, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like noon was like an hour ago. No, she lives in California. So then I was like, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to which turned out fine. I mean, if nothing else, maybe my boss will actually end up doing some work for a change.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a day job, Chrissy, or do you focus on the comic book?
I just focus on my comics and stuff.
Cool. I mean, that's the way to do it if you can, right?
Right. I mean, that's why I guess probably that, were saying I was doing my Kickstarter really well. And I'm not shitting on anybody. I've seen people have like day jobs and do fucking crazy stuff with Kickstarter. But that's probably why it's like everybody's saying like, wow, you ran this really powerful campaign. It's like, well, I had nothing else to focus on other than my work. So there you go. Right.
Right.
That was my job. So, and again, it's like, I'm not shitting on anybody that has a day job. It's just, I've had to do a Kickstarter and do a job. Like, and I also do a Kickstarter and done con. So it's like, you just kind of have to do it in the morning. And I think what's best is that you just do your promo in the morning before you head off, post it, then like check it, like maybe lunch hour, and then go back and go and do whatever you need to do.
That's an idea. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to kind of get, it's the collage of posting about it, going on different shows, that sort of thing. It's almost kind of like getting a rhythm to it, right?
Yeah. I think it's just like also with the shows, it's very awesome. Oh, thanks, by the way, Shing, for subscribing to my YouTube. Yeah, for some reason, the YouTube only shows. So I'm guessing it's like, I have to do a subscription, which I haven't done yet, but I probably will in a little bit. But yeah, but it's like there's plenty of shows in the evening. So if you schedule one in the evening, I think it works out, or your lunch hour. I've had people do that with me, like where they've scheduled it during the lunch hour as well.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Christy, I think Q is in the backstage.
Oh.
He's running the private chat.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry.
All right, just a new crazy system. What's up, Personatics?
Oh, I'm fine. I just saw your message, so I thought I had to.
I thought I saw that too. As I said, I didn't know if it popped up initially or whatever. So what are you drawing right now, Grant? I saw that you're working on maybe the similar page or kind of the same page.
Yeah, so this is going to be my next comic book, which is I haven't really announced it, but it's going to be the concept is kind of um, um, like an Ancient Aliens comic book. Like what if it turned out people like all these cryptids that people see are actually like ancient aliens, and yeah, so these guys are kind of like the Justice League, but they're all based on different cryptids.
So the cryptids are the
Uh,
good guys, right?
right. So this is the Mothman right here.
Oh, okay.
Not the West Virginia Mothman, right?
Yeah, the West Virginia Mothman.
I'm just trying to remember which one cryptids does Pittsburgh have? We have some too in California. I know we have Bigfoot. That's one of them because I think he's in
Yeah,
that
Bigfoot
area.
is one.
I think
You know
we have
what,
those, not skinwalkers, but you know those night crawlers or something. They look like
Slend-
white.
the Slender Man.
No, not Slenderman.
The
Slenderman's more Europe, I think. People get more into Slenderman in Europe, I think. No, it was like those weird, like they have bow legs and they just walk like this, and they look just like a pair of legs, and they walk at night. I think I guess it's night walkers. I know it's not skinwalkers. That's Navajo. That's Navajo Native on that.
Well, whatever they are, they sound very creepy. You said they're just legs?
Yeah, I think they're like night walkers.
Long, like a long, skinny
Yeah, like
legs.
they walk like
If
Fresno night crawlers. That's it.
Kinda
Fresno
like-
night crawlers. That's what Jason said.
that's a nice one. Oh,
Is it like Wendigos or something?
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Not really.
So since I started doing this comic book, I've learned a lot about cryptids, and the one question I'm nervous about getting is if I believe in any of these things, because the truth is that I don't really believe in any of these things, but I still think that they're fun to talk about and learn about.
Yeah.
There's one awesome YouTube channel that explains everything about cryptids, everything about the mythology, fable, storytelling. Those goes by the name of John Solo.
Oh my god! I just saw a picture of the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah, is it kind of cringy? It's like
And it looks
creepy, right?
I mean, it looks like I think this photo was CGI or whatever, but
Yeah.
wow, that is freaking creepy looking.
Yeah, it's like you kind of can't tell if it's actually really real because it could be faked now with today's technology, but at the same time, you're just like, yeah, that's weird. So yeah, hold on a minute. Let me write this because I'm trying to think when someone fucks up their life and blames you.
Did you have an idea for a demon bitch bit and you had to write it down?
Yeah, I was thinking about it yesterday, funny enough. I mean, I don't know what it is. Mine are semi-prophetic, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's semi-prophetic or something. It's kind of funny. And someone sucks out your life. I'm trying to think because, like, I've had people, like, get in my face and tell me I'm the drama, but it's like, I didn't do shit. You're the one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, when people cause stupid shit and blame you. Oop.
Oh, you know, I remember something that I was gonna ask you about.
Mhm.
You're friends with Marvin Wynn, right?
Yeah, what about it?
No, I do a lot of conventions with him.
I know
He's
of
a
him.
nice
I don't know if I've met him. I think I might have, but I can't remember what he looks like. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, he's just a very nice guy. I was curious how you got to be friends with him.
I'll have to relook. I mean, sometimes I'm just friends with people through osmosis, and I'm sometimes friends with people to hold on. What is it doing? Okay, that's nice. Okay. So, because it was asking me for like OBS camera access, and I'm like, I'm not using it now, and I didn't want to fuck up the stream. But I would say that Marvin is a cool guy. Yeah, I'm trying to remember does he live out in California?
No, he lives in Pittsburgh.
I think I might have known him through osmosis, through another channel or through another group.
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, it's funny, like I know so many like independent comic book creators at this point. It's like I don't even know where I met up with them first.
Mm-hmm. Let me see, Marvin Wynn. Let me see.
He does a comic book called The Edge.
I think I've heard about him. Yeah, I think I have. You know what? I might have been on Timothy's show.
Timothy Flynn?
Cool.
Yeah, Timothy Flynn. I think I might have been on one of his shows. Sometimes I'm on a lot of shows, and it's like it's kind of one of those things that it sort of blurs out or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like him too. He's another Pennsylvanianer.
Oh yeah,
He's more.
I thought
he's more central PA. I believe he lives near Hershey.
Oh, I've been to Hershey. I've been to Pennsylvania, but I've been to Hershey. That I remember because we went to the Hershey factory.
I thought so.
What brought you to Hershey?
I think I think we did the 13 colonies trip. So we went up and down the coast of the East Coast, and we visited my mom's and dad's old college, Temple University. And I didn't know Temple and Princeton had a rivalry. So there's actually like these crossroads that come, and then there was actually a statue of, I think it's bronze, of Albert Einstein. So that kind of lets you know you're getting to Princeton.
Neat.
Yeah, but apparently they have a rivalry, and that I did not know.
Oh. Just like rivalry between New York and New Jersey.
Or USC versus UCLA, things like that.
Now, is it a big rivalry between New York and New Jersey, or is it more of a rivalry between Philadelphia and New Jersey?
I don't know about Philadelphia and New Jersey, but I think like people from New York hate people from Jersey. They think they're tacky or some shit. I never really understood that rivalry. I think somebody did explain it to me on the East Coast, but I never got into it. I wasn't really sure.
And there's also, and when I used to study in West Virginia, there was a rivalry between Marshall, and West Virginia University.
So there's a little bit of a rivalry between like Pittsburghers and like people from Ohio, which I've never really gotten into because I actually really like a lot of different parts of Ohio. I don't know. All these rivalries are a little bit silly, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Zymphonic, are you in Jersey or New York? I think you're on the East Coast, but if you don't want to disclose your shit, I understand. But yeah. New York, New Jersey, and New York. Yeah, it's about food and fashion. I think that's what it is. And lifestyle, maybe. That's what I've heard. Like, there's Jersey Shore, and they think they're pricks because they're this. And then if you're from this part of New York, they don't like you because you're like this. Oh, it all sounds like New York. Okay, gotcha.
How about you, Prismatics?
What?
Does Norway has also a little bit of rivalry in the cities?
Oh, we do. I mean, the place where I grew up, they were not cities in a way. It was more like towns, villages in a way, because they were very small, but still we had our conflicts with our neighboring towns, I guess, in a way, for some reason, especially back to before I was born, actually. But the city I'm living right now in Kristiansand, which is like the southernmost city in Norway, they always had a rivalry with their neighboring cities. So I guess it's a thing. I personally don't pay attention to it because I find it stupid.
Right.
True that.
I mean, it's a waste of energy.
Right.
And I was thinking, does Oslo also have the rivalry with, let's just say, Bergen, Norway. No, not
Bergen.
really. Bergen.
Yeah, that's like the Bergen is on the west coast of Norway, which is, I believe it's, how many hours is it from Oslo? Is it 8 hours? 9 hours? It's far away in a way. I mean, Norway is a big country in a way, so well, I don't think they have much of a conflict. I will imagine if Bergen has a conflict, it had to be more of the bigger cities close to it, like Stavanger or some other cities, I guess, which is on the west coast. So yeah, I
Okay.
never heard about Bergen, but Bergen in itself is a weird place, so we always make fun of it. But that's more like an
There.
internal Norwegian joke.
That's funny.
So
But
'Cause I'm
nah,
originally
it's
from
cringe,
Minnesota.
but it's more cringe in a way. But
yeah.
you basically have to be Norwegian in order to understand it. So
I think NorCal and SoCal, it's just different cultures here in California. I mean, I guess like maybe they'll look at Central California. It's like basically depending on which city you are. It's like, oh, are you guys like, do you guys have meth problems? But then now that's like fucking all of California. It doesn't matter. Like everybody has fucking meth issues, like from the nicest farmlands to the fucking like big cities and shit. It's actually sad. Like people say, oh, it's fentanyl, and I mean, fentanyl is very serious. Don't get me wrong, but meth just destroys so many people. It makes so many people into pieces of shit that it's like, oh, that's great.
well, yeah, it caused a lot of health issues. So yeah,
Well, it's weird because it's like I have friends. Some of them are former addicts, so it's very bad, you know. So it's like, I mean, I'm glad that my friends got out of it, but I've known people that were recovering addicts very so often. Oh, see ya, Rayla. Have a good time. Yeah, this has
Don't
been a
do drugs.
fun lunch hour, guys. I hope you're having a good time, being productive.
Do we have rivalry here in the Netherlands? Yes, we do. Between Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Yeah, we do.
I think if there's any rival, it's probably between Korean people and the rest of Asia.
one of my
best
colleagues
of
is
Asia.
from Amsterdam, or more specific, no, not Amsterdam, Holland. Sorry, that's the
Oh,
Wait,
city.
so
That's the capital of Holland. Sorry. Oh, I'm
Amsterdam
sorry.
is the capital.
Yeah, I know,
so you're
But one of my colleagues is from Holland or Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
You could say that one. Holland is actually the name of the two provinces, the north and the south. That's it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And the country is basically on the water in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the cause of these two cities of rivalry? It's mostly comes from sports, particularly in Amsterdam. They have football team, football club goes by the name Ajax, or
Oh.
here they call it Ajax.
Mm-hmm.
While here in Rotterdam they call it the team Feyenoord.
Hmm. I thought you guys had sports like tulip picking.
Not
Sorry,
really tulip
bad
picking.
joke.
It's more of a
Bad
it's
joke.
more of a football. It's all right, more of a football or soccer, as they say. And when it comes to these
Mm.
two team clashes together, every time when they two rivalries meet in either in the capital city Amsterdam or
Mm.
in Rotterdam, there's always a big issues. For example, when was it? A month ago or a few weeks ago, there was a rivalry team between Ajax and Feyenoord, and that happened in Amsterdam,
Mm.
city stage stadium. The funny part is that that Rotterdam, the Feyenoord is almost winning. It was so close to win the match, but what happens? The hooligans got all nervous and stuff. They decided to throwing trashes, throw some fireworks, and causing the game match to suspend.
Mm-hmm.
That
Damn.
sounds safe and sane. Huh.
That kinda sounds like
Insane,
Chicago.
insane.
Kind of sounds like Chicago and their fucking basketball, like where they riot anyway, no matter what. It's
They
like, yeah,
riot
we win, we riot.
So a day later,
So
know what happened?
when it
They
comes to
resumed.
sports, is oh, bless you. Oh no, that
Bless
was a
you.
cough, not not a sneeze. But is Holland or Netherlands in a way like England when it comes to sports? Because they're crazy over there when it comes to the sports,
Similar. That's all I
especially
can say about
soccer.
it. Similar. When it comes to soccer,
Mm.
football, it's similar. When it comes to particular matches, they mostly they rival each other. The only the only incidents that it comes to matches, these two are Ajax and Ajax or Feyenoord. That's it. The other teams, they don't mind. They don't, as if they don't give a rat's fuck about this particular team. But when it comes to the classics, as they call themselves, they simply um, beat the shit out of them. Sometimes getting nervous and all things like that.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's not that crazy.
Mm, really
Depending.
crazy when it comes. It depends the hype. It depends the ambience.
Hmm.
Things like that.
But yeah, we love our sports in Europe, I guess.
Oh yeah, beer drinking, singing.
Yeah, well, at least you're not as crazy as the people in Chicago over the fucking basketball. They just riot no matter what. They just fucking burn down that city and shit. So
Bulls against any other team, right?
there's Chicago Bulls, and I think there's another one, but I don't know which one it is. But yeah,
I only know Chicago Bulls. That's it.
yeah, I know only about Chicago Bulls. I don't know about anything else. So yeah. Ugh. Oh my god. So yeah, let me go ahead and put my drawing right here since Grant is to the restroom. Make
I'm
sure.
back.
Okay, you're back. Cool.
Welcome.
Welcome, Beer Coleman. I think that's how you say it.
You guys missed me.
Wait, you were gone? Just kidding. No. Let's see here. So, Grant, want to talk about anything else about what you do as your day job or anything like that?
No, I actually have a couple day jobs and they're all boring. So, yeah. Just I hope everybody goes and checks out Beowulf. It has about a little under, I think, about 3 weeks. Last maybe a little under 3 weeks, but yeah, this is the big finale, and this is, and of course, you can get issues 1 through 5 if you missed them as well.
You got plenty of days, man.
I do.
Mhm.
How many days precisely? Just wondering.
Let me check.
You were at 19 days, I think, last time I checked.
19 days, yeah, so a little under 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still got time.
Yeah, for sure.
Boring. You got to set up a circus. Is there something about your life I don't know? You a carny dude?
Gotta meet a pony.
No, I'm a stagehand,
Oh.
which means I set up like a lot of concerts, like mostly concerts, but occasionally I do other stuff like circuses.
Mm.
And yes, I did get to meet a pony. When I worked the Lana Del Rey concert, she rented a pony to I don't know, I guess improve morale around her road crew. So yes, that's my life.
So your life is a circus.
Didn't.
At times.
Like, well, that's why you're in comics, honey. That's why you're in comics, honey.
Well, I guess circus is better because my life is a freak show sometimes.
It can be, right?
Yeah, but hey, I accept it. I find it interesting.
Hey,
But
we're all clowns.
it's because of my job. Yeah, I guess we are.
In a way, we're
No.
we're technically clowns. Go 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 go. Happy clowns, sad clowns, firefighter clowns.
Right. You know, it's kind of funny because people like didn't think clowns were creepy for the longest fucking time. That's the thing that got to me.
Oh,
Because it's
clowns
like,
are very creepy. I don't like them.
well, I mean, now you have like a Swedish guy playing a fucking clown now, Pennywise.
I was going to say it. That's the reason why I don't like clowns.
Because of Bill Skarsgård.
I mean, it colored the way I see clowns. Let's just put it like that.
What, Swedish people?
No, anyways. I mean, Swedish people are weird in itself. I mean, I can easily live with them. And Danish people, I mean, they're Scandinavians like myself. So, yeah, I guess we're clowns as well, but we're not
Well, we
that
think all
creepy. Hopefully,
we think. Sorry, go on. I apologize.
no,
We
it's fine.
We just think all you Scandinavian people are fucking weird.
Imagine how we feel about you Americans.
Yeah. Although it is funny, I did play this game called Plague, right? And so you're supposed to buy it. This was during COVID because I just had it and I was like fucking pissed off about like the whole
Oh
thing.
yeah, that video game.
Yeah, like you
Plague?
have to bioengineer a bacterium or a virus to kill the entire world. NSA, do not fucking think I'm doing a terrorist act. This is a video game on Steam. So anyway, I was playing it and I actually got it to a point where one old white man fucking did not let me kill the whole world. Like it was left down to an old Norwegian man. That was the only survivor out of my plague. Otherwise, it was like, come on, kill him. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, it stopped. Only the sole survivor is Norway. This one Norwegian dude.
So he's living all by himself. There.
What was the game called? Plague?
Plague, yeah.
Plague, huh? Yeah, damn Norwegians. Ugh,
It could be
Damn.
Odin.
awful people.
You know, I started
No.
making fun of one of my friends who was English because, like, we were talking, and I said, "Oh yeah, there's Indian food." I think I was going to get some takeout. That's how we say it in America, not takeaway. But sometimes I interject the two because takeaway is more of foreign in general, European and foreign. Because I think even Asia they'll say it too if they speak English. But so I was going to go get takeout. I said maybe I'll order Indian, and my friend who's British said, "Oh, I don't like Indian." I said, "Okay." I don't understand you English guys, right? You go to a country, you venture into it, everything fucking kills you. Like you go into India, go out in the wrong time of day, you die. You eat the food, you die. You drink the water, you die. Everything you touch, you die. But somehow you fuckers managed to conquer that country. How the fuck did you do it? And you don't even like the shit there. Like, why did you conquer this country? And he started laughing his ass off. Because I mean, how I got the accounts of how easy a lot of English people died is that you read shit from Rudyard Kipling or the Victorian era like stuff when they talk about going to India and like everybody fucking died of something. I mean, yeah, they had kind of the same diseases over there than they did in England, but I don't know, like they even like wandered out in the wrong time of day and they died of sun exhaustion. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, I just stepped out in the sun for a minute and noon. Oh, I just died. It's like, what the fuck, you guys? I mean, it was just like, and it's like, but you can't digest the food. It kills you. It's just like, started laughing. He said, well, you know, we had an empire to run. You know, that's what they kind of start with. He kind of did the John Cleese one when, you know, Jon Stewart asked him, so what is British food suck? And John Cleese was like, well, see, we had an empire to run. You know, and he just went off on that. And then we made jokes because I have a friend, he's not from Italy, but his family's Italian. His family was old world Italian. He was born and raised in America. And I said, have you noticed like this correlation between really good food and really shitty military? So the French have really good food, but they have real shit military. And the Italians, they have really good food and they have all kind of a shit military too. I mean, it's better than like probably some of the other militaries out there, but it's like if you can balance out average food and average and pretty decent military, you're good. But I think what's the saving grace from what I've heard from other people from other countries that eat our MREs is that there's tons of sugar and we love it. It's just like, oh my God, M&Ms and all this shit. It's like, I don't want to eat all that shit. That has so much sugar in it. It makes me like my teeth itch. And they're like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and also all the artificial stuff added into it.
I think it gives you guys a high because it's like a lot of Americans like European food. It's like, oh, it's so clean and crisp and clear and natural and free of preservatives. And all the Europeans like, give me your fucking chemicals, America. Give me your sugar and chemicals. Although it was funny because like I knew a German guy who had immigrated here. And he said the reason why Hershey's tastes different, chocolate tastes different, not all American chocolate tastes this way, but Hershey's chocolate tastes different than European chocolate is they use spoiled milk. And I thought about it, it's like, yeah, it does have a different taste. Like it's not just, oh, it's just different tasting milk chocolate. It's like, what's that fucking weird taste on it? Oh, hey Chuck, how's it going? Oh, thank you, dude. I'm still pitching your kicks. Dude, Chuck is like fucking Chuck Romanos is like fucking like shilling for my ass. I mean that in the nicest way, Chuck. Thank you. But yeah, I'm really happy how everybody like popped on here. I'm very pleased. I thank you so much for that. But
Thank you for having me.
yeah, you're an enjoyable guest.
Thank
I mean,
you.
please don't feel like if you're quiet, like, oh no, you like fucking like whatever. But it's like it's actually okay if you just do whatever. Sometimes that's why I have two other people on talk, you know.
Oh yeah, the Doritos, I guess.
Fucking don't want Doritos. I hate Doritos. Like I'll eat them.
No,
but, like,
the weirdos. I mean, this is added to all the people.
Weirdos.
The weirdos.
oh, the weirdos.
Oh,
the
the
weirdos.
weirdos. I
Sorry,
thought it was
yeah.
weirdos. I went, huh?
Sorry,
The
I'm
Doritos
bad at
that old.
pronouncing certain words.
I thought you
my
said
bad.
Doritos too.
I mean, the sidekicks or whatever it's called, the
Right.
sideshows, I guess.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny because when I used to describe you, Prismatics, I have to say that you have to go like you sound disdainful all the time.
Well,
So
yeah,
like Maine Coon,
I don't
like Maine
mind.
Coon cats, like the. Do you have one that looks like Ron Perlman?
Who?
Ron Perlman, like he has the big mouth and shit and the big chin.
I need to look that person.
The big
Ron-
jaw dude.
What
Perlman,
was his last name?
Perlman.
He played Hellboy.
Yeah.
Oh no,
The
no, no,
first
no, no! He
Hellboy
doesn't
movie.
look like that. Holy hell!
Yeah, they actually have Maine Coon cats that look like Ron Perlman. Like, take a look at that shit if you guys have a chance.
No, don't insult my cat like that. If this is if
Just
you
compare
must search up the correct person.
No, look at the pictures; they're amazing.
If this is the Ron Perlman, the correct Perlman, I guess that I looked up. No. My cat doesn't look like that. My cat is more cute, more handsome, more beautiful.
Does he have a small mouth?
Sure, but if he starts eating, then he just gulps everything down. So, well, but that's his business, I guess.
What kind of cat breed is
Maine Coon.
Felix?
Maine
Which is
Coon.
technically an American breed.
He's a fluffy bastard.
But you told me he's really long too.
Yeah, but and he's also getting old, so I'm a bit scared that he might actually not live for too much longer. But hey, I'm accepting it. He had a good life. I have many enjoyable memories with him, so yeah, I'm just going to enjoy it as it lasts. But he is getting very old, so and he has some health complications in
Oh dear.
the
How old
last
is he?
month. So, how old is he again? I can't think straight. It's getting so late over here.
Oh yeah.
12?
Yeah, he's around. He's actually turning 13, 14, something like that, and it's all. But
13.
it's because of his health issues that he is kind of in a way older than maybe he should be if he was healthy, if you know what I mean. So, but it is what it is. You can't change it. So,
Oh, okay.
but he's a happy cat. Annoying, but still happy cat. So,
Is he disdainful as you?
Well, yeah, maybe. I'm guessing take after me. I don't know, but hey, but he has a good life, so
Well, hey,
it's
he
not.
has his own room.
I'm just prepared. I'm just every single day that I'm living with him, I'm just going to enjoy it. He's
Yeah.
just
That's all
walking
you can do.
around, sleeping here, sleeping over there, playing over there, eating over there. I'm just letting he enjoy his free time. I mean,
Mhm. Hey, Spam, how's
so
it going? Look at how mad Spam is.
speaking of the bastards, BRB.
It's like, Q, do you like cats? I'm backstage again. Oh wait, Q is back. Oh damn! Now we're
Oh,
getting like dead
sorry
Oh,
cat
about that.
Stage.
combo. That's fucking.
Oh shit. Sorry to hear that.
That's shit, man. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
back again.
Well, the answer to the question, Don, I do love cats. I do like cats. I used to have a cat years. What was it?
That's weird.
It's been 10 years. Um, it's been 10 years since my last cat passed away, but I sure missed
Yeah,
that cat.
my other cat, she lived to be about 17 and a half. So they live a bit longer than that. So your cat may still like live very long time though.
I used to have a calico cat.
Mhm.
Sure miss that kitty.
Yeah, I have an evil black cat.
Ink.
Right. We saw.
How about you, Grant?
I have two cats.
Hmm?
I have one cat named Yoshi, and I have one cat named Stitch. And like I said
Stitch.
earlier, I used to have a cat named Mooney who passed away. Who is who? Mooney was the character that, or the cat that the character from my comic book is based.
Just wondering, so I could say that the entire panel loves pussy. Would you expect anything less of me? That's hilarious.
What?
No, I
How
don't.
dare you?
That's what
That's
they
funny.
said. The entire panel loves pussy. Would you
Well,
expect anything
I
less of
can't
me?
disagree.
Yeah.
How could you, Don?
Dawn, how could you? Oh no.
But
Cats.
Grant, I need to ask. You have a cat named Yoshi. Is that based on Mario?
It was named Yoshi when we got her,
Mm.
but we kept the name because we liked it. And yeah, probably the reason why we liked it is because it reminds us of the character from
And,
Super
and
Mario
what
Brothers.
was the name of the other cat that's not Mooney and Yoshi?
There's Mooney, Yoshi, and then Stitch was the
Is that
middle.
Stitch.
is Stitch based on Stitch from Disney?
Yeah, I didn't name Stitch, but my stepdaughter did, and she named him after Stitch
Oh, that's
from
cute.
Lilo and Stitch.
Hmm.
So, out of curiosity, Grant, if this is not too personal of a question, how many bio kids do you have, and how many kids that are step kids?
Zero biological kids, and two stepkids.
Oh, okay, cool. Just curious, because sometimes there's a lot of blended families. So I'm just curious to know, like, which one is which. Not
Yep,
that it
only
matters, but
stepkids for me.
Hmm?
Only stepkids for me.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
enough.
but as long as you can be a good father figure, I mean,
Well, yeah.
I hope
I
so.
think I think you could still make a good recipe for it. I mean,
I will say this: like, I figure if your kids don't act like complete fuck ups and don't die, you did something productive. I mean, I know that sounds bad, but like, that's pretty much how you want your kids to be: is not being shitty pieces of shit that are wastes of space. You know what I mean?
Well, they're both alive, so
Yeah, like so they're alive. They haven't set fires to anything.
yeah,
That
they're
we
not
pre-
in jail yet
Yeah,
or juvenile hall.
yeah, or fuck ups.
Yeah, there's still time for me to fuck things up, though.
Good job, I guess.
Well, don't do it intentionally.
I think your wife would kill you.
Right.
Well, it sounds like you're doing a good job so far, so just continue doing that. I mean,
Well, thank you.
I would assume that you are because I haven't heard anything like they did something stupid like,
Yeah, they've stayed out of the news.
yeah, like that one thing with the Alaska Airlines. I personally hate Alaska Airlines because I had a horrible like experience with them. But I was kind of, I mean, again, I was kind of laughing how I came back on them. But I mean, I didn't want people to, I wasn't wishing for people to die. But you probably heard in the news, like that guy, like he was flying from San Francisco and he was an off duty pilot. And I guess he got inside the cockpit, which is kind of normal because like you're off duty, you're still like you still have a job as a pilot. You're just not on duty, right? And I guess
Uh-huh.
I think, well, what happened? The fucker tried to like pull the fire extinguisher or the fire. It's like a lever that would have turned
Mhm.
off the engines in midair. And you do that
Ooh.
when the engines are on fire, but that's not what happened. And it's like
Uh-huh.
got weirder and weirder because they finally tackled him. They wrestled with him. They finally restrained him. He was like, I'm going to do something awful. And later on, they said, oh, yeah, I haven't like slept for 40 hours and I was tripping out on magic mushrooms. And I'm like, I know people can do drugs off duty, but this is just really weird. Like, it's like, why would
That,
you do that? You know what I mean?
that's a pretty strong mushroom.
Yeah. And also, he said he was depressed for a while, but I'm just like, um, why would you do that right before you go on a plane? Like, if you knew you couldn't handle it or something, it's just, and I know people do stupid shit, but just to me, it sounded just weird. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like a veteran pilot doing that.
So, do you think he had like ulterior motives? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
You think maybe he's
Honestly, I mean, it could range from things like I know people might think that's weird if I say this, but it's like it's strange because I think I just got in trouble with Grant. But I think it's like this. In my life, there are people with untreated mental illness. There are people that can be violent on mental illness. There can be people that have untreated conditions, which can cause them to be violent, but then with some medical intervention that can help stabilize their mood. I've seen people, but I've also kind of had experiences with the supernatural. And I'm not trying to say that, oh, it's just this one way all the way or something. But I think sometimes people that are mentally ill can be more sensitive to the supernatural, but at the same time, I think the supernatural can use mental illness for fucked up things. It's just another tool that they can use. I mean, as I said, I've had supernatural experiences, so it's not just one thing. Like I don't believe, oh, just because you're mentally ill, you have the devil in you. No, I don't. I'm not that stringent, but I'm just saying there's many layers of different things that I've seen. And sometimes I have run into people that were just so fucked up, and I'm not talking mentally fucked up. They were just messed up. Like you probably run into that, you guys. Like you run into somebody, you're like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Like you just have no idea how they are. And you just go like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but are you fucking possessed or something? Because I don't understand how you could be acting this way. And this is barring from any mental illness or something. Just like there's something really off about it, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So it's like there are times I've run into people like that. Like I believe that you are just so mean and evil on a certain level that you must be possessed by the devil or something. I mean, people can be mean and evil on their own. I'm not saying that they can't, but there's a certain level or a certain flavor to it that it's kind of like you must be fucking possessed by something because I can't fathom on this certain level how anybody could be like that, if that makes sense. It's like I can't put my finger on it, but it's otherworldly kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like I've run into that. Like I don't know what justifies you for being this fucked up.
Did you? There, there's a new documentary about this guy who murdered somebody, and his defense was that he was possessed by the devil when it happened.
Yeah.
I've heard that story before.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like, oh, anybody could get away with it. I'm just saying that, it just sometimes like you just run into this weird fucking shit, and sometimes you just gotta wonder. That's all. Like sometimes I think like some people can be possessed by things, but I don't believe in like just, oh, every murderer. I think definitely Richard Ramirez had something really fucked up and evil happen to him. But at the same time, I don't think that excuses or absolves him from anything that he did to people. You know what I mean?
But here's my question: was he possessed or was he psychotic?
I think it's
Because
both.
psychosis can be seen as a form of possession in a way. Because
Yeah.
it could be because of lack of sleep. You haven't eaten well. It could be because of medication. There's a lot of factors that can affect it. So that's why I'm asking.
True that.
Mm. Yeah. It's like a case by case. I don't want to be like a blanket
Mm.
statement because I don't want to be one of those people that say, oh, if you are mentally ill or psychotic, then therefore we need to exorcise you. I'm not one of those. It kind of like you take it case by case. I think, well, with Richard Ramirez, when you look into his life, he didn't have the most stable family life, and he got into a lot of drugs. And
Yeah, and I'm not saying that people are mentally ill because of it, but I know that if I can't sleep for 3 to 4 days, whatever, I my brain is not going to have a good time, and I actually might become very crazy because that's just what it is. Because in my job, when I work at the hospital, it says sleep is hygiene for the brain, and that's for the reason. That's for a very good reason, actually. So that's why I'm asking. I mean, it's logical in my head, but of course, there's a lot of other factors as well that will affect how you. I don't know how some people are reacting in a, I don't know,
yeah, I mean, as I said, I don't want to be like,
makes them look like possessed in a way.
yeah,
It
I
could be
mean,
a
it's,
milieu, environment, whatever.
yeah, I'm not trying to be like all like, oh,
Uh-huh.
well, it's just this because, as I said, there are many factors. And just
Mm.
because if somebody is mentally ill, I'm not saying like, oh, well, you're just possessed. It's no, it's there's a lot of other complex things about that. But it's like kind
Mm.
of hard to say. But like with Richard Ramirez, I think he did invite evil in, because sometimes people I think can invite evil in if they want to, right? But that's their thing or their choice or whatever. But at the same time, it depends on. It's like sometimes people can choose to be that evil. You get what I mean? So with
Mm.
Richard Ramirez, I think he still has personal responsibility for that. Yes, he's psychotic. Yes, he was this, but he knew damn well what he was doing. So, but I think he invited a lot of that evil in, and that's entirely possible. You know, I think he was a very dark, fucked up person, personally.
No,
Because if
I
you,
agree because you can't really, in the end, you can't really know if they did it because they are psychotic or they are going through a mental health period where they're really where they're struggling with something, or they it's just a personality, whatever. There's a lot of factors that can actually affect why they're doing something so crazy in a way.
yeah, and I
Nature
mean,
versus nurture.
I'm sorry.
Mm,
Nature versus nurture is, I think, the
yep.
discussion that
Yeah, as
There
I
you
said,
go.
it's like when I say that, I'm trying to be very careful and avoid the absolutism that it's like, oh, if you're this, it's absolutely this, or if you're that, it's absolutely this. It's like I think it's per
Mm.
person. You
I
know.
mean, I think also you can't discredit some people do just have like a chemical
Yeah.
imbalance.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Like, there's that.
Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of situations that can actually affect them and make them do something. It depends on what it is. I mean,
Well, it's like those Finnish guys that burned a church down. That was pretty weird. Like how that went about. Like they killed each other or something, and one of them burned the
yeah,
church. Like it's like,
like
what the fuck was that, dude? I don't think it was just trying to be misanthropic. I think there was something else going on about that. You know what I mean?
yeah, and there was it in 90s or the early 2000s? There was this cult in Japan that a lot of people actually killed themselves.
Yeah,
Uh,
The Aum cult.
yeah, and it was
They gassed people too with sarin as well.
And that is because of the people surrounding them, each individual, and how the church, in quotation marks, that is, how they build up their system and how they're going to end themselves. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
I,
there's
I'm
a
not
lot of factors that
that
can
either.
affect how people. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's weird because I like looking at twisted psychology because it makes me understand like some of the things that I've been through because at
Mm.
least I can find the logic behind it, quote unquote, about some of the things that I've experienced. So it's kind of one of those deals like where I'm just kind of like, that's how it is sometimes. But again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, I'm dismissive about it. Like I never was that type of person to say, oh yeah, well, as I said, oh, they're just like psychotic or they're just this. Like some people are psychotic, but some people also choose to be evil.
Exactly.
That it's very different. Like
It's very individual.
Or it
Yeah.
could be a combination of the two.
yeah, like
True.
I've had friends that like they've had siblings that were fucking very mentally imbalanced, but they kind of knew what they were doing when they were going and causing havoc. So it's like even though they were quote unquote crazy, they had some awareness that what they were doing was causing distress to others. And I think maybe that's what they do in competency when they like do murder trials or things like that. Are you competent? And they say, well, that means that you're not crazy. And it's like, no, I mean, you can be crazy, you can be deemed insane, but you knew what you were doing. So
Mm.
here in
Well,
America,
but that's true. It could be. You also have health issues, life choices, the people you are surrounding yourself with, the people who in your environment. I mean, there's a lot of factors that can affect it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So yeah, so Grant has to go and do something. No, and it's totally cool, Grant. Like if you stay an hour, I mean, that's fine. I should have said something to you. I was just in the middle of a bunch of shit. But
Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
This was cool. Do you guys do this every Wednesday?
Yeah, we do this every Wednesday, so you're welcome to join if you want to.
I'll
I mean, you got
try.
work, so I'm not trying to be like, oh, you have to. It's just like,
Yeah.
So let me
Well,
go.
try to.
It's optional.
Thank you guys for having me on your show.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pop your Kickstarter up on here again on both levels. And then we're going to do that. Maybe that's due to a non-disclosure contract, the perfect reputation. Well, the thing is, like, at least in America, I think they go through a pretty stringent, from what I understand, like they go through a pretty stringent case by case scenario. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't know.
Thank you for putting my Kickstarter up again.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I just wanted to get that done.
Thank you guys. Thank you for anybody who watched or listened. Thank you for anybody who checked out my Kickstarter.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Just go around, share it and everything, and please do that. So Grant, thank you for coming on. We're going to
Thanks
go.
for having me again.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to pop on the show, regardless of a Kickstarter or not, you got a time, you're welcome to do that too.
Cool. Thanks, Christy.
All right. You take
Everybody
care.
else, have a good night.
All right.
ciao.
See you.
Grant.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Don.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you took off. Thank you, anyone who helps me get my Mooney card right. Yeah, there's that, Catherine. If someone is always surrounded by people with crooked mindset, the chances of being brainwashed can be working pretty quick. There's that. I've noticed that. I have noticed that. That tends to happen. Like, I think there was one called, what was it? There was like one, like Stockholm syndrome is kind of indicative. That's the closest one, like where they basically took sympathy on their captors and ended up getting killed and shit. So that was pretty crazy.
Like Beauty and the Beast.
Well, that's not really Stockholm syndrome. That's her taming the beast. But
Yeah, what's the thing with saying the Beauty and the Beast story is Stockholm syndrome? I found that to be very weird. But then again, I don't know how the original story is, but hey.
well, I mean,
I
it's like the guy didn't force her. It's like, do you love me? And she's like, no, I don't. And he's like, he looked sad. But it was actually originally like the dad picked, he was supposed to get something, but he found out that he was broke and all the daughters wanted this crazy things. And then like Beauty said, I just want a rose. And so he went to go get a rose. And I guess like he found out he was broke, but then he got welcomed into this magical palace. And then he was fed and all that and entertained. And then he saw all these rose bushes. So he pulled one. And then the beast got pissed off and said, why'd you fucking touch my shit? You know, you should die. And he said, like, well, please, I have daughters. And the guy said, oh, you have daughters? Then bring me one. And the other two daughters were like, well, you're such a bitch, for even wanting a rose. So you get to go. So Beauty said, well, fine, I'll go. And then she goes, and then it turns out to be a whole thing.
Well, I know that fairy tales used to be very
dark,
direct and dark in a way.
Right.
And also they had the message in a way. Often.
Yeah.
Like the Little Mermaid, for example.
Oh, Little Mermaid was kind of fucked up too. I think it's kind of funny.
Into sea foam.
Yeah, right. It's like that was a fucked up tale. And it was like funny because they're like, oh, like there's supposed to be all these other things. I said, well, back in the day, the only reference that Hans Christian Andersen had was like everybody was fucking white. So it's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she deep sea dived, there you go.
I actually have the statue. Well, not the statue. I mean, the figurine of the Little Mermaid statue that is in.
Oh, in
Copenhagen. Denmark, Copenhagen. Yeah. Yes, I do have that.
Copenhagen.
I do have a small figurine of that, actually.
Right. Yeah, the statue is pretty cool.
Too bad that people are tarnishing it.
What do you mean they're tarnishing it?
Well, people aren't. There have been cases where the people have not left the statue alone, and they're kind of not necessarily destroying it, but they have been ruining it in a way. I mean,
what, molesting it?
No, not molesting it. What's the word? When they do something on a sculpture or a figurine or a landmark, whatever, and you're not supposed to tarnish it in a way.
Oh, vandalizing it?
Vandalizing, thank you.
Like, what do? They paint it or whatever?
There have been cases for many years, actually. I can't keep track on it, but they're probably true. Paint on it, and who knows what. I don't know. But there has been news article about it, from what I can remember.
Yeah, when I went to the Berlin Wall, what was annoying is that the Berlin Wall did this, where it's like, sometimes it seems like everybody's also brainwashed. Yeah, Kat's right, I know what you mean. But yeah, it's like with her, she was like really, really crazy. I don't know what's weird. It's like she was crazy or something. Like, I'm trying to remember. I went to the Berlin Wall, and they said, please don't tag the wall. And people would be fucking writing shit all over the wall. It's like, okay, guys, stop. It was just getting to a point. Like, they were writing American slogans on there, like, fuck this guy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, will you stop, like, drawing on shit, guys? They just told you don't draw on the shit. It's stupid. I mean, they do cover it with an anti-graffiti shell or lacquer, but still, it's, like, bad,
True.
Was the Berlin Wall already had logos, graffitis, and all?
Oh, well, there's paintings on it, right? But then, like, when I went to the Berlin Wall, it was like they had other stuff happening. So, yeah. Pretty bad. I mean, I just got kind of annoyed. Like, guys, will you fucking stop doing this shit? It's like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. You know, he's an asshole. And like, you're being a fucking asshole by writing all this shit on here. Nobody gives a fuck about our president. Like, stop. You know? Like, they really don't care. You don't need to write shit like fuck you about the current president of the time. Like, people don't care, and it's really fucking embarrassing that you're doing that, you know, now.
Mm.
You know, I don't care who's president. It's like, you don't fucking write shit like that, you know? It's like before, it's like, okay, whatever about being an American, but sometimes it's like annoying because it's like, you know, from what I've heard from other Europeans, it's like Americans are kind of like the shittiest tourists, not because they're rude, but they just don't have any sense of humor now.
I don't think it's because they don't have a sense of humor. I think it's because they're more open, more bombastic, they're more outspoken. I think it's because of that. And
Well, that's what I mean.
Europeans are more reserved in a way. So
Well, no, I get you
that's
on that.
how
now.
I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to a tour guide in Eastern Europe. That's the thing.
Mm.
Because he was annoyed by because he was telling me like, yeah, Americans really don't have a sense of humor anymore. It's like one time, I'm not going to get into politics. I'm not trying to like start a political conversation, but like literally when I was sitting there and I was on a tour group with other Americans and they were going like, oh yeah, you know, and then they would talk endlessly about the president at the time. They say, yeah, you know, he's fucking stupid and shit and everything. And I'm just sitting there like, and then they later on go to me and they say like, you know, how come like, you know, like, I can't believe it's this and everything. And it's like, have you noticed no one else around you in Europe gives a shit about our political system right now? Like, no one. It's like, but I want to talk to everybody about it. It's like, no one cares. No one. They're doing their own problems, guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nobody gives a fuck. They really fucking don't. It's just like, his policies really don't have anything to do with you guys. So, with the people here, really. Like, for their day-to-day lives, not really. So I just thought that was pretty funny that they were all bitching about it. Like one person said, like, well, you know, because we voted away and everything. I'm like, okay. And I even told that person they were pretty stupid. They were like going, they went on and on about it. And I said, you know, just to let you know, nobody cares. Like they never talk about it. We're the only ones that bring it up. And it's very fucking annoying to them. Because we're acting arrogant enough like they should care about our politics. Like it really doesn't matter. Surprise, you know. Because I've traveled the world too myself, and it's just kind of funny how people like get into this whole thing about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, I'm not saying Europeans don't have their, or anybody in the world doesn't have their opinions. It's just, it's getting to a point where like it was just like constant. I care, well, I guess, but yeah. I mean, it's just, it was like I was in Europe and I just wanted to fucking relax. I didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah, it's boring going to traveling and then you have to focus on politics for some reason. Oh God.
Like
That sounds like such a
Because there's
bad
nothing else to
vacation in a way.
Well, I mean, it's just when they got together, and it's like, you know, because at the time I think we were in Italy. It's like nobody's talking about their prime minister. Nobody's really caring about that. So that should give you an indicator that they don't give a shit. You know, they may care. I'm not saying Europeans are like lackadaisical or something, but it's like, you know, I don't hear them going on about it 24/7. Some people do in America, and it's like, shut the fuck up, please. I don't care. Like they'll go online and go on this whole long diatribe. It's like, that's nice. I don't really care about to hear your cocksucking opinion. I really don't. Stupid. It's like, okay, that's great.
No, I get it. I do.
Or when people post life shit, they'll go like life advice and everything, and then they'll say all this advice.
All that crazy philosophy.
Yeah,
thing.
and then it's like when you go down to it, it's like they never fucking do what they say they're going to do anyway. So it's like, wait, you're the first motherfucker that does all that shit. Never mind. So I just kind of ignore them now. Kind of a shitty person when it comes to that, but I just get really annoyed with people. It's like, I mean, as I said, it doesn't matter if a person has a political opinion, but it's just, as I said, it's just sometimes people are just fucking annoying about it. I think that's why I get annoyed.
I guess it it depends how they deliver that political opinions and how they're I don't know, acting, performing, behaving outside in the I guess the non-political world in a way.
Oh,
Because
some people act fucking ridiculous.
some people are just a turn off when it comes to that. Because some people are 110 political charged, and it's just can it say something else? Can
Yeah,
it do
like
something else?
or
I
like
don't mind your opinions, but hey, I mean, there's a limit for everything. Oh well, that's how I see it.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I hear you. It's like sometimes people go on this thing like what I find funny is that some of them will go like, I hate this political party. They're so awful and terrible and racist and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Then they'll go on to said political parties' pages and start screaming at them how they're terrible people. And I'm sitting there like, why would you want to do that? Like, if you already think these people are the scum of the earth, like, why do you want to even interact with them?
Exactly.
Right? We are having problems just ranked by every other tiny country. It's just we are blessed to have this mess. It's like first world problems. But I just think it's funny. It's just like, as I said, just sometimes like I hear that and then they'll go on the pages of these people and I'm like, why are you harassing these people? Like, you think they're scum of the earth, just don't have anything to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm largely indifferent about a lot of things anyway, because I think some of it's just stupid posturing that they
Well,
become part of the cool kids.
I mean, it's better to ignore the stuff that is going to be, I don't know, seen as negative or political wrong from your perspective, whatever. I find most of it to be stupid, and that's why I have a tendency to ignore most shit. But I have my opinions on social media, and I will express them when I feel like it. But hey,
Well,
it's
that's why I started.
it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
It is what it
that's why
is. It's like another version of soap
I just
opera.
kind of ignore people. It's like, okay, it's just
it's a
observing.
sad soap opera.
I just kind of ignore people now. It's like, I know people can go like, well, why do you care about it? I said, because it's fucking annoying. And I find it hypocritical.
Hmm.
Like, it's just like, can I say that? I mean, you guys are saying all sorts of other shit. I don't care, you know? It's like you guys are saying all sorts of other stupid shit.
I get it. I do.
Mhm.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to get off because it's getting late here in Norway.
Oh, yeah, it's almost 11 over. It's almost 11 over
All
here
right,
too.
guys.
You have the same hours as ours, Prismatics. You got the same hours as mine, right?
Basically, I mean, maybe there's some minutes. I don't know. I don't know the time difference. It depends on where you live in Holland.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine says 10:45.
What's
Oh,
yours say?
It's
oh,
10:45
it's
here.
actually 10:45 as well. God damn it!
Yeah, right. You have to stay the long run, god damn it.
But for me, I am actually really tired because I didn't get any sleep like last night. So
Well, I have almost finished this masterpiece, so you want to see it?
yeah, we can watch it
Yeah.
Okay. All
before I
right.
have to plop off.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to lock it down and I'm going to draw this.
I like the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how I feel lately. It's like when people do stupid shit around me and then they go like, it's all your fault. I'm like, okay. So I'm drama. Fuck
That
you.
reminds me of my school.
I just have
No,
a real problem with it.
no, I understand it. I mean, I had dealt with people like that, and it's ugh.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, all right, so you did all these stupid fucking things, and then now you're blaming me if I get pissed at you for involving me in them.
I get it.
Right. So yeah. Well, I think I'm going to conclude this because I want to take a bit of a break. So you guys, you take care and thank you for showing up, and I'll see you next week. Please check out the Kickstarter. I got one more day on it. So other than that, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. Next week. Ciao.